go. It's just setting up now. And oh, here we go. Yeah. Well, happy Saturday. It's beautiful. Not smoky out there right now, just like yesterday. Yesterday was spectacular around here too, so I'm pretty excited. All right, you guys. Last week we did a preview of this Chicago style 12-bar blues. We started working a bit on it, and I said it's going to be our project for the next couple weeks. So let's look at it, check it out. I wrote it out on this whiteboard, and I managed magically to not get any glare on it today. What the heck, eh? My cats were sitting on it though and helping me, so there's little spots for all the whiteboard markers. Maybe aren't. It's paw print there. All right, I'm going to go through, break it down just like I did last time, and then we'll build it back up from there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go through, and I'm just going to play my bass notes to establish that harmony. Now, if you say to yourself, well, I've worked on those bass notes, I want to toss in the chords right away, go for it. You know, but I'll just work it up like I did last week. Okay, so I'm going to play my 6th string open, and this is that dead thumb picking, right, where everything just lands on the beat for the bass note. So I'm going to play my 6th string open, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then my 5th string open, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to my 6th string now, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line, back on my 5th string, which is A, and again with A, to my 6th string, which is E, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line, 2nd fret, 5th string, which is a B, and then the 5th string open, which is A, back down to your 6th string, E, then we're hitting the 2nd fret of that 5th string, which kicks us back into playing the song again, or we can just hit our 6th string open E. Now, normally, I just realized, normally I play scales to start us all off today and get our fingers moving, and I just hopped right in. So we will do scales, but we're going to do it after, because I'm pretty excited about this song. All right, let's get the chords going. Okay, so the E7 chord shape, you've got your 3rd fret on your 2nd string, 1st fret on your 3rd string. Okay, so I'm using my baby finger and my pointer finger. Use what's comfortable for you, and we're just going to go through and just play the chords. Okay, so that's our E7 chord shape, and I'm just going to pluck the 2 strings with my 2 fingers there. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to go to the A7 chord shape. So bunny hop that baby finger down, and then, or whichever finger you're using, and then put a finger on the 2nd fret of that 2nd string. Okay, and then pluck that. Back to your E7 chord shape. So my finger moves back up to that 3rd fret. Okay, pointer finger is on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. I'll play that twice. I'm just plucking it again with those 2 fingers. Okay, and again. So that's a 2-note chord, and people also call that double stops. Okay. Now we're on the next line. So back to the A7 chord. So bunny hopping back down to the 3rd fret of your 1st string, 2nd fret of your 2nd string, okay, and plucking again. Okay, and again. So we're not worrying too much about timing, we're just worrying about the movement, right? Okay, back to your E7. So again, that's 3rd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd string, right there. And again. Now, the last line, we've got the B7 chord shape. So we've got 2nd string open, 2nd fret on the 1st string. I am not going to use my 1st finger to play that because I know I need that for my bass note. So for me, for my hand shape, I like to use my ring finger. Okay, so I'm going to pluck there. Now, handy thing that I can do there then is shift my finger up to the 3rd fret and put a finger on the 2nd fret of string 2. Okay. I like just kind of moving around whichever way gets me there most easily. So then I may just use my ring finger. Oh, can't stretch there. Okay, had to bunny hop back to my baby finger there for my E7 chord. Back to my B7 for open and 2. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, just to end it here, I'm going to hit my E7 chord shape, which is a bit tricky to see on the whiteboard here, but it's still the 1 and 3. And I'm going to add in my 1st string open. So I'm going to pluck all 3 strings. And what I'm going to do to help me make sure I can get a good clear sound is I'm going to make sure that my hand is not like that up against that 1st string, but shift it up a little bit like the letter C. Okay, and I plop them all down there. But maybe you say, oh, I don't want to pluck with 3 strings or 3 fingers. Just strum it then. That's okay. Okay, so we've got our bass notes defined. Okay, we've got our chords. And now we've got a second for a sip of coffee here. Cheers to Saturday, you guys. Cheers to, in Kamloops, smoke-free Saturday right now. Oh, it feels good. The folks that are watching on YouTube, thank you for joining me. If you have questions, just write them down in the comments, okay? And I'm paying attention to that as well as to Zoom. So. And then we're going to combine the 2. Now, the rhythm, I've indicated it right here. These are our 8th notes, okay? So T, 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 and then the opens ta, ta. We're going to swing it, so it's going to be T, 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 ta, ta, da, 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 da. Now what I'm going to do is just sit on the 1st bar and get the feel of that rhythm, okay? So it's going to be thumb, fingers, thumb, thumb on that E7. Hey, Robin. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, T, 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 ta, ta. Okay, just feel it. One more time, and then we're going to switch to the A7. Okay, we got it going on. Baby finger goes down to the 1st string, 3rd fret. Put a finger on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Thumb goes down too to that 5th string now. Okay, play it again, just feel it. Well, that sounds cool. A couple more times. We're warming up our fingers and our mind to this rhythm right now. These fingers are what we're warming up. We're giving the fretting hand a break. Go back to the E7 now. 3rd fret, 2nd string, 1st fret, 3rd string. Everything moves up here. Oh, it's fun to play. Okay, we got that feel. T, 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 ta, ta. Let's try that now on the B7, okay? I'm gonna hop us down. The B7's here, okay? So just slowly working our feeling of what we need to do here. I've got my pointer finger now on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and I've got my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, and then I play that 2nd string open, so it's going to be T, 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 ta, ta. Try it a few times. One more time. I'm just trying to angle my hand so that you can see for sure how I'm sitting there. For people that have played Romance with me before, you might say to yourself, well, for that B7, I want to stick my middle finger down on the 3rd string. Okay. And then you may want to pluck 3 strings. We'll write down all these things as we go, but that's where you may hear people doing this. Hear how it changes it? Gives it a little bit of a deeper sound. You can do that too. But don't worry about it right now. Get the 2-note chords. Okay, so we've kind of reviewed it all. Let's play the rest of this bottom line. So we did B7, now we're going to go to A7. Now I think based on how my hands are feeling today, I don't know if I should slide my ring finger up. I might just reach there with my baby finger and do that. See what works for you guys. Everyone's hands are a little bit different. Hand size is different. Hand condition is different. Okay, so A7, here we go. Just one time on it now. T, 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 ta, ta, and now E7. So bunny hop up, second string, first fret of your third string, one time there. T, 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 ta, ta. Now back to B7. See how I just pivot my hand to get there? Reach. Take your time getting there. The big thing there is to watch your fretting hand if you can. Okay, and now just end on that E7. Okay, we'll just give it a pluck. Whether it's a 2-finger pluck or a 3-finger. Throw in your bass note if you can. Well, that was a pretty good review of all the chords. Now we're going to play the thing. Chicago style 12-bar blues. In the Chicago style, we got that little hop there, right, from E7 to A7. So it's going to be a bit busy, but it's going to be really cool sounding. Oh, you guys, I was playing this song like crazy and adding in bass notes, and my cats were my audience. They're usually my audience. All right, here we go. I'll say the rhythm one time before we play, okay? It'll be a little bit slower. T, 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 ta, ta. Here we go. T, 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 ta. And with those tas, you can use that to change chords. T, 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 ta, ta. See how I'm lifting my hands? T, 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 ta, ta. One more time on that E7. Here comes the next line. And again, using those opens to help me change. T, 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 ta, ta. One more time there. Okay, and now to E7. T, 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 ta, ta. And again. T, 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 ta, ta. B7. T, 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 ta, ta. A7. E7. Back to B7. And we're going to play the whole thing again. Ready? Back to our E7. A7. E7. And again. A7. Bunny hopping back to E7. Here comes the bottom line. Ready? B7, go. And here comes A7. E7. B7. And just a pluck with your E7. Ready? Okay, so how did you do? Did you make it through the chords? They don't have to be perfect. They don't even have to be on time with me. It's just about right now getting comfortable with those changes. That's the thing, right? Is moving around. So watching this hand, making sure this one knows what to do, like with the E7 pattern. When I say E7 to myself for this sort of picking, my hand goes boop, goes there. A7, boop, goes there. And B7, it knows it stays there. Okay, so that's a handy thing for me, is if this handy thing, this hand knows where to go and it just stays there. And then I can just pay attention to my chords over here. Right, takes the pressure off a little bit. Now, I would like to play around for just a minute with some notes. This is where a little bit of the scale stuff's going to come up here. But this is going to be, just going to pull it up here on my screen. This is from my my website, the PDF, the Chicago, whatever I call it, Chicago Style Fingerpicking Blues page. So if you've gone to the website and pulled it off, awesome. If not, it's okay. I've got it right here. What I'm going to do is play these bass notes. So this is our this will be a bit of scale action now. Okay. So I'll play it and then I'll share it on the screen. Okay. So 6th string, just play with me, just using your thumb. It's going to be open and then 3/4. So we'll play open. Take your time. Open, which is your E, and then G on your 3rd fret. Okay. G sharp on your 4th fret. Let's do that again. Okay, ready? 6th string open, E, and then G on your 3rd fret, G sharp. Okay, now the 5th string, the notes we're going to play, this is how we're going to start coloring the song. Okay, we're going to play open 1, 2. So it's going to be A. Oh, here comes Dale. Hang on, you guys. There we go. So it's going to be open, A. 2nd fret, we could call it A sharp. It has another name too, which is B flat. 2nd fret, which is B. Let's play it again. So 5th string open, A sharp on your 1st fret, B on your 2nd fret. Okay, the last 2 notes that we might be playing around with, I'm not totally sure about these guys, but 4th string open, which is D, 2nd fret, which is E. Okay, so let's do that again. Go back to your 6th string, play E, G on your 3rd fret, G sharp on your 4th fret. Go to A, open, 5th string, A sharp on your 1st fret, and then B on your 2nd fret, 4th string open, D, and then that 2nd fret, which is E. Okay, let's play it backwards now. E on that 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then open for D. Now our 5th string, fret 2 for B, and then fret 1, I'll still call it an A sharp there. Okay, and then 5th string open for A. Okay, now 6th string, 4th fret is G sharp, 2nd fret is, or sorry, 3rd fret is G, 6th string open is E. Now, let's take a look at this, just so you can see it, so you can compare it to the sheet. Oops. So you guys see it there? Just right here. This is the part. All these here bass notes on that sheet. So that's what we just played through. I don't know if you guys, anyone who's had the PDF, if you've had any time to take a look at that or not, but it would be worthwhile going through it. Also, I've written in the note names. I would recommend that when you practice this, you say your note names out loud, not in your head. You want to connect it with your learning. So when I say that sort of thing, if you just say your note name in your head, it's harder to memorize the note names. Say them out loud so you can hear yourself saying it. It makes a big difference. I know it worked for me when I had to start learning all these chords on ukulele and note names. I said them all out loud. Okay, so if you don't have that copy and you're watching this live stream, go to tinasmusic.ca and look under the tab that says 6 Strings Saturday. And you'll find this Chicago Style Fingerpicking Blues sheet. Now, I'm gonna move this up a little bit. This is the other thing that we're gonna add today. Okay, these little tiny chords, but just like before, what I'm gonna do, oh, you guys are working on it already? Awesome. I'm gonna stop sharing it in just a jiffy because I want you to watch my hands so you see how they move. But let's take a look at the bass notes. The last 3 bass notes here under the optional turnaround part you can connect them right down here with the bass notes we just played on that 5th string open, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so these are going to be our leading tones that push us along. Now, I made a boo-boo on this sheet. I want you guys to know that. This B7 chord, do you see where it's highlighted in blue there? Should not have been there. It should have been right above the note B, the 2nd fret of your 5th string. So if you have that sheet and you want to make that change, you know, that would be worthwhile, just making a note of that. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now while we're still sharing the screen is I'm just going to sit and play this turnaround a few times. Okay, and then I'm going to stop sharing it so you can watch my hands, because I know the screen that you've got right now to watch me is probably teeny. So the optional turnaround, I play my 6th string open, and then I make a 2-note chord, 3rd fret of my 2nd string, 4th fret of my 3rd string, and for this one, I'm just going to play that, plucking with my fingers, and then I just shift it back down to fret 2 and 3, shift it back down again to 1 and 2, and then if you want to, you can bunny hop your finger over to fret 1 of string 3, and therefore you've got string 2 open, or you can just continue sliding your fingers right off the fretboard. Either way, and I'll show you that as we play. So I'm going to play it again. So I've got, they're all tas right now, so they're all just a single beat. And then you play your 5th string notes. Oh, 1, 2. The rhythm does change at the end of this. You get your T, 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 T happening there. But we're not going to worry about that rhythm right now. We're just going to find the notes, right? Find those chords. So again, 6th string open, fret 4, string 3 played with fret 3, string 2, and then just shift it backwards 1 fret, and again 1 fret. So now I'm down on fret 1 and 2, and then I just slide my fingers right off the fretboard. So I use my middle finger on fret 1. I'm going to play that, and I'm going to play my 6th string along with that. Then I'm going to play my 5th string notes. Oh, 1, 2, and as an added chazza, I'm going to wiggle that too. Do you guys remember how to do that, where you just rub the string against the fret? So then you get this. So cool. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that so you can watch my hands now and get a better look at what I'm doing. Because it's all fine and well for me to do that, but I want you guys to be able to see it a little easier. Okay. So here I am. I got my 6th string open. By the time I get to that, what I've done is I've played here. I've played my A7, and it's these last 2 bars that we're picking on a little bit right now and adding in a turnaround. Okay, so the last 2 bars, I come at it from my A7, so I play that. So much fun. All right, let's do that again. Okay, we'll just do the turnaround part. So find those chords, right? Frets 3 on the 2nd string, 4 on the 3rd string. And I'm going to write it down on the whiteboard, but I want you to have to watch your hands first. Okay, watch your hands and my hands. We'll go back and forth a little bit that way. So 6th string open, then play those chords. Frets 3 and 4, everything stays on strings 2 and 3 here. And then slide down to frets 2 and 3, 1 and 2. And like I said, I just shift right off the fretboard so that my middle finger is on that 1st fret. So I play those 2 strings and the 6th string open. Then my thumb comes down to the 5th string and I just play those bass notes. And when I do that wiggle, I'm just rubbing that string across the fretboard. I like to think about it, and I know both of you guys, all 3 of you guys, I think have heard me say this before, when I do that sort of vibrato, it's like I'm wearing a pair of jeans, which I am, and I have a mosquito bite right here, but I can't scratch it like that because the jeans just won't let me, so I have to like kind of push and wiggle my finger. That's my very technical way of describing how I do vibrato. Mosquito bite under a pair of jeans. So I need to take a minute and change my whiteboard now. So you guys practice. I'll try not to send my whiteboard careening down onto the floor. That'll be our separate jobs here. I think this is the best whiteboard for doing these. Hey, it doesn't have that reflective glare. It's very exciting. Well, exciting for me anyway, but I find all sorts of things that other people find kind of dull. I find it quite exciting. All right, here we go. So we've got 3 and 4. 2 and 3. 1 and 2. And then now that B7 is going to move. That's pretty good. One and open, and I do play my 6th string with that one, just because I feel like it. So that tells everybody that you can do what you want there, right? It's based on your own way that you want to play this. You guys look like you're working pretty hard there. It's awesome. That little wiggly line I put next to that too means vibrato. Okay. Now, I better not move that whiteboard. I know what's going to happen. It's going to go flying. I can just smell it. So we'll just leave it where it is for now. I'm going to go through and I'm going to play the whole song. When I get down here, we're going to have this breakdown, or the turnaround. 6th string open, and then those chords, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. We're going to hit the E7 here, and I may not play it in time. I want you guys to be able to move your fingers, more than worrying about timing right now. We'll see how I do when I get down there. I'll be watching. Okay, here we go. Right from the very beginning now. T, 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 ta, ta. Here we go. Moving to my A7. T, 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 ta, ta. Back to my E7. And one more time. T, 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 ta, ta. Next line with A7. T, 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 ta, ta. And repeat it. E7. And again. Here we come to the bottom line for B7. A7. Now the turnaround. I have my 6th string open, and I just shifted my pointer finger. You know what? Check this out. Check out this fingering before we carry on. So I was here on my A7, and then to get to my turnaround, I just slid my finger up. Okay. So I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to do that A7 one more time. and then move to the turnaround. Here we go on that A7. T, 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 ta, ta. T, 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 ta, ta with a turnaround, 6 string open, and then the chords. How'd you guys do? Did you make it through? Yeah, so cool. Okay, let's play it again. And then we're gonna add a little bit more. What time are we at? 9:30. Oh, we got time to play today. Okay, here we go. T, 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 ta, ta. To A7 now. Back to E7. Bunny hopping to A7. One more time. Back home to E7. Okay, here comes B7 on that bottom line. A7. Turn around. Oh, okay, let's talk about things we can do right off the bat that can change the sound of it each time you play it, right? Then this way you start improvising with the song without doing a lot of high pressure stuff. Okay, remember how I talked about playing that E7 chord at the end and adding in that first string open? Okay, so again, like my fingering right now, I'm using my ring finger and my baby, but maybe you're comfortable with that and you want to throw it in every time you play an E7. Try it right now, just with the first E7 over here. Try it so that you've got try it out and see how it feels. Okay, that's an easiest way to change the feel of it, to change the sound of it, is just adding in an open up here. Okay, so I'll write that down just as an example on the first bar so that you can see there's options right there. It's a little bit. There we go. So that's the first option is every time you see an E7, if you want, you can pluck with your 3 fingers. The only thing is that if you decide that you want to strum that might be a little bit tricky to keep the timing going, right? So that would definitely be one where you want to play with the fingers. The technique is just waving bye-bye, right? And something to keep in mind when I'm playing those 3 strings together. I know I got nails, but you don't have to play with nails. I'm using, let's see if I can turn this around. See how it's just a little bit of my fingertip touching? My nails, they're getting long, but that's because I'm playing a lot of flamenco these days. I can play all this with no nails. You don't need nails. Just a little bit of fingertip, that's all. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to start adding in some things. So I'm going to go through and play this, and now every time I have an E7, I'm going to do it as a 3-note chord. But my A7 and B7 are going to stay the same. Okay. And then my turnaround, I'm still just going to keep it as quarter notes right there. And then we'll play around with that a little bit too. Here we go on the E7, right at the beginning there. T, 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 ta, ta. Here we go. A7. Back to E7. I'm still gonna play it with the 3-note chords. And A7. E7. E7, or sorry, A7, breakdown. I always call it a breakdown, turnaround, breakdown, whatever. I always think breakdown. Anyway, how did that feel? Were you able to throw in any of the 3-string E7? Gives it that tension. It's because of this 3rd string note right here. Sorry, 3rd fret, 2nd string note, and the 1st string open. Gives it extra tension. Oh, I love that sound. Okay, let's play around with the turnaround. Okay, we're going to split these guys apart. So we won't play them as quarter notes now. We're going to go T, 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 and we're going to go, in terms of that, you can still make the chord, but you're going to play 2nd string, then 3rd string. So just take a minute and try that. So like this, it's going to be. And then this is still going to be normal when you get here. It's just these 3. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Ta, T, 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 T. So just try it a little bit there. I'll give you a minute to practice that. You could probably go, you could use your thumb and pointer finger there if you want, because, you know, it depends on how your mind works, depends on what you're comfortable with your hands. I'm staying with my fingers, but that doesn't mean you have to. But I do need to have a sip of coffee now. That's what I know I need. Now, my folks that are watching me on YouTube, if you have any questions, I'm watching for comments. Also on Zoom, feel free to type in something in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, by all means. Possibilities really are endless for this turnaround, right? So we'll just start digging into different ideas one at a time and start layering it up. It's almost like playing with Lego, right? You just boop, put another piece on, boop, put another piece on. All right, let's do this, you guys. We're going to go through, we're going to play it. Your choice if you want to play the E7 as a 3-note chord or as a 2-note chord. How you play it may change which fingers you pluck this with, right? Depending on how your mind works, you may go like this. For the 6th string, you may have your 3 fingers lined up like that, right? And then when you go to your A7, because those fingers are already there, you might keep them there. Or you might say, I'm used to doing this, I'm going to do this with the 2 fingers. Either one is fine. It's what makes sense for you. When you watch the video, you'll see that I did both of them just to play around with it and see what felt good for me. I like this. So I think I'm probably going to hop to that for my A7, but it depends on my mood. All right, here we go. T, 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 T. Let's go. A7, E7, next line back to A7, back to E7 now, okay, last line there with B7, A7, E7. Now we're going to break these apart into TTs. T, 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 T. 1, 2. Let's play it again. Ready? Let's practice all this stuff. Here we go. T, 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 ta, ta. E7, A7, E7, and again. A7, E7. Okay, here comes that bottom line with B7. A7. Turn around. How'd you guys do? Oh, suddenly it becomes a lot more stuff, right? Oh yeah. But I don't know if you noticed, you were probably focusing on your own stuff too much really to hear what I was doing. But sometimes I played the E7 as written. Sometimes I played it with 3 notes. So keep that in mind that you can decide how you want to do it. So just sit and just listen to me play it a little bit here, okay? So there's 2 notes. There's my 3 notes. And the slide. Let's do the slide. Because I always do the slide and then I'm like, everyone needs to do the slide. So much fun. I just throw it in over here. Zip. Go up on your 12th fret of your 6th string. Okay. Play your note. Keep that pressure on, but not hard. You don't want to go like that. Touch the string and just slide it so it keeps maintaining contact with the fretboard. And then look how I pick up my finger when I get down. Just kind of takes flight. It's like you're an airplane on a runway track getting ready to take off. My plane is, I think, going back to Costa Rica. Oh, so nice. Okay, so there you are in your 12th fret. You just lift off when you feel like it. I lift off when I'm back down here so that my hands get ready to make my chord, right? And away I go. So that shape, or that, all this sort of stuff, it's kind of a weird technique at first, but pretty fun to do. So 12th fret is just where it's handy because that note is an E. And I just lift off my hand when I'm ready. Let's try doing this. We'll do just a little slide and we'll take our time and then we'll start the song just so you can practice that technique. Okay, so 12th fret, we'll do a little slide here. Okay, so here we go. Slide, lift off when you're ready, take your time, make your chord. Now we'll play T, 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 ta, ta. Here we go. A7, E7, and again on E7. Okay, now go into A7. E7. B7. A7. Turn around, 6th string open. Frets 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. Ready? don't have to put in the slide, but you may as well find out things that you can do, right? So let me just write down what it looks like there, and you guys practice it. So that usually what I do is I would throw that in on beat 4, and it would just be a 12. Oops, I started drawing a 3. Don't do 13, do 12. There. 12 with a line, indicating that you're sliding down. That's all it is. When I first started doing slides, I would hang on like a death grip on my fretboard, and it's hard to find that middle ground. But if you just pretend you just got your guitar and you're just like this, all excited, playing around with it, thinking, what am I going to play? Well, that's like a slide. And you go up on that 12th fret, and away you go. Now, how are you guys feeling? It's a little bit of extra stuff going on here, right? The bass notes, I don't want to add any more bass notes than what we've got today. I don't think it's a good idea. Let's play around with the rhythm here. Let's just talk about rhythms. Play around with this section for now. And what I want you guys to do with that PDF, keep practicing your bass notes. We'll add leading tones between these chord shapes next week, right? Because we don't need to do it all in one day, you know? We'll just play around with this. Okay, let's talk about different things we can do here. We split them apart. What about just playing them as TTs together? Check this out. Let's do that, okay? Let's just try different turnarounds. So practice playing the chords 2 plucks per. 1, 2, and try to keep the 0, 1, 2 coming in so it's a continual thing. So let's just do that again. Start right on that 6th string though, so that we have that comfort with going from the 6th string up to those chords. So I'll count us in. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 6th string. Now 3 and 4. Try it again. Try it again. Here we go. 2, 3, and 4. And 6th string chords. Okay, so that's an option. What about triplets? 3 plucks per chord. Try that out. Okay, let's do it. So strawberry, 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 strawberry. Last one will be pie. Okay, so 6th string. Then the first chord we got there, frets 3 and 4. Let's try this. Boom. Strawberry, strawberry, strawberry pie. Now, if it's a pain to hit that 6th string there, along with the open and 1, don't worry about playing it. Just play the main part of that chord. Okay, let's do that again. Feel those triplets. 2 triplets. Oh, hello from Germany. Thank you so much for joining me. This is exciting. I think the YouTube live stream is so cool, you know, and just as a side note, I had no idea that I would ever be as involved with technology as I am, much to my husband's delight. Because now I'm, you know, we talk about computers way more than I ever thought we would. It's really neat. Wow. Okay, here we go. Let's do this again, okay? We'll just hit the triplets here and then just land there. Here we go. 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 6th string, and here we go with the triplets. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to play this. Where are we at now? Got 10 minutes left. So let's just go through and play it with different options, okay? First time I'm going to play it, I'm just going to play these as written. I'm not going to play around with any rhythm. It's just going to be all tas. Okay. I'll still do the TT part over here. 0, 1, 2, but I'll take my time with it. Next time through, you'll hear me split it apart. T, 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 T. Okay? I'll keep playing around with it. And play along with me, or listen and get some ideas about what you like the sound of. Okay? Because different things are going to twig in for people in different ways. All right, here we go. You know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to start the whole thing now with the turnaround, okay? Because you guys know that turnaround now, you're comfortable with it, right? I'm going to start the whole thing with the turnaround. I'm going to start on that chord there. I'm not going to do the slide to start though. We don't need the extra moving out of position right at the beginning of the song too, but here we go. So I'll count 2, 4, then 1, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, turnaround. 3, 4, here we go. T, 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 ta, ta, A7. Back to E7. And again. Okay, hop into A7. Up to E7. Oh, I used a 3-note chord there. Hear that? Okay, B7. A7. Okay, and now it's just going to be tas. Ready again. Here we go on E7. A7. Back to E7. A7. Back to E7. Last line B7. This time for the turnaround, A7. I'm going to do TTs. Splitting it apart. And again, ready? A7. E7. A7. E7. Last line for B7. This time when I do that, I'm going to play triplets. Cha 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 da da da. Should we slide? I slide this time. Get up to your 12th fret. Ready? We'll do a little slide. Ready? Go. Okay, last time through the song. Julie, I saw your hand sliding. How was it? Was it awesome? Ah, one more slide. Okay, ready? We'll slide, and then we'll look all serious and land right at the beginning of that 12 bar. Ready? Slide. Okay, here we go. A7. E7. A7. Again. E7. E7. A7. And we'll do TTs. And let's just hit the E7 at the end. Ready? Okay, that was fun. Now, I want to sit and play this song and talk about bass notes a little bit. So as a preview of what's coming on for next week, okay? But you know what? Before I do that, does anybody have any questions? Or any observations? Like, how did it feel with the slide? Because it can throw you way out of whack at first, but brings you back down. Nothing? No questions? Yeah, feels good. Okay, cool. All right. This is what I wanted. Well, I'll just play so you can hear what I'm thinking about, okay? And I think there's extra notes that I want to play that I didn't write down in that bass thing. Let's see. But what am I doing? Right? It looks all intense, right? No, it's not. Because what I'm doing, right? Looks intimidating, not intimidating. Okay. This 2, I'm changing it to a 1. That's all. Listen to this. Right? Once you start breaking it apart, Doreen, I see you going for it. Do it. Play around with this. That's where practice those bass notes on that PDF just with your thumb, because your thumb's going to get busy with that. So again, that breakdown part, oh, so much fun. Okay, B7. And see how I just reach back? I'm not even changing my hand position except for doing that. And you don't have to keep the chord down. Okay, you can lift it. But doesn't that sound neat? Adds so much color. Now, the other thing I did, G sharp, just off that 6th string. And what I did it quickly. I did do it as a hammer on, but you don't have to. I did it as a TT right here. That's what I did, but we could do it as TAWs. That might be probably better as a TT. Yeah. I used a 3 and 4 there to walk up to my A7, and then so that's just on the 6th string. And then all I did here, I don't know how much I like the sound of it, but what I did was I hit a 3 on my 6th string. So you don't have to do all that now. It's just a preview of coming events, right? But you can see this one is probably the easiest. If you want to play with something this week, if you want to play with something, I would be doing that one. And that's where I'll do it in blue so it stands out in the video from this. Okay, that would be one that I would change, you know, and it's an easy one. It doesn't throw your hand out of position right away. So it's just starting to add some blue notes in there is what we're doing. Okay. And I did toss this in at the beginning, right? Because why not? It's so much fun to play. And then this one here, that's the other one I did. All these things, they sound intimidating, right? Like, whoa, what's going on? But if you put it in a little bit at a time, it's not so bad. So that's where this was a tone or TT. I say TT, think of it as 8th notes. TT is such a good rhythm word. T, 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 ta, ta. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, whatever works for your mind. And there I was talking about strawberry down here, right? To get the feel of the triplets. So triplet, 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 strawberry, strawberry, strawberry. Whatever works for you, right? Our minds are all gonna absorb this a little bit differently. So takeaway from today, things to think about that we added that are will add a little bit of color and variety to this when you play it, right? We added in the first string open with the E7 chord. If you feel like it, you can do it. 3 fingers to pluck though. There's variety in that too. Like maybe you say to yourself, I don't want to play all 3 of those, but I do like the sound of these 2 here. Well, what's to stop you from just playing the open in 3 and ignoring that? Nothing. Have fun with it, right? Experiment with it, you know, make it your own. So there's also that I didn't really talk about until right now. But so we explored playing the E7 as a 3-string chord, keeping the A7 the same, right? And turnarounds were the big thing today, right? Taking a look at some different rhythms that we can use there. And try to keep your fingers just sliding up and down, you know, just shifting, right? Shifting without lifting, if you can, for those chords. And then we added in the turnaround, and this part here, 012, is right out of the baseline scales, right? Those baseline notes that I gave you that we're going to use as fuel for next week. Vibrato, if you want, wiggle that too. Feeling like you want to throw in a slide, hit that 12th fret and just slide your finger down, lift it off when you feel like it. Totally like a train on a runway. Not train, a plane on a runway. Preview for next week is adding in some bass notes. And that B7, the 1st fret, is probably the easiest if you want to play around with it. And then I did add in that. And then it goes on and on. I mean, oh my gosh. Let's see. Some things that are really fun to do that we'll explore is all I did there was I took my A7 chord and I shifted it back, right? All these things that add a little bit of extra color. Oh, that kind of muffed it there. Let's see. What I did there as I was working through figuring out what I wanted to do, right? Because my face looked all serious suddenly, right? What I did here to lead into that B7 right there, I played 01 on my 5th string. It's all these sounds. It's like, well, what's going on, right? I think we might be picking on B7 a bit next week, leading up to it and leading away from it. It goes on and on, right? You just horse around with it and see what you like the sound of. That's what I do a lot with this sort of stuff. I just sit and play it, right? And I'll find stuff I like, stuff that I don't like, but you don't know till you try, right? Oh, it's after 10 now? Oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta let you go. I'm so sorry I kept you late. All right, have a great day. I'm gonna go put my feet in that pond before there's fish in there and just kind of hang out and soak my feet a little bit. Take care. For my YouTube folks, I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.